the Atlanta Hawks are planning a tribute night to Magic City Strip Club. I'm appalled. I'm disgusted. I'm furious because I can't be there. So while some of y'all are out there being appalled that the Atlanta Hawks would come up with such a promotional event, I just want to state for the record, I understand. And I dare any man that has heard of or has appeared at Magic City to refute what I'm saying. Magic City will forever be an integral part of the culture. It truly will be. And I just think it's important that for this very, very, very unique promotional marketing event that's scheduled to take place March 16th, that we give the Atlanta Hawks their props for innovation, for courage, and for nostalgia to remind us all of what Magic City means to us.
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. We got to have a real conversation surrounding this Luke Kornet, Atlanta Hawks Magic City night thing that's going to take place, around the 20th of this month. It's not going to be against the Spurs. It's going to be against the Orlando Magic. And we have to read some of the things Luke Kornet said. This discussion has really gone viral over the last day and a half or so, and he's expressing his concerns about women, and there's a lot of different think pieces coming out about this. Now, if you haven't heard what backup center Luke Kornet said about the Atlanta Hawks Magic City night, let's get right into it right now. He wrote, concerning the Atlanta Hawks, this week, the Atlanta Hawks announced a special one-night collaboration to celebrate the city's iconic cultural institution, Magic City. And he had that in quotes, like iconic, like, he's doing the finger quotes with it during the team's home game against Orlando on Monday, March 16th. In its press release, the Hawks failed to acknowledge that this place is, as the business itself boasts, Atlanta's premier strip club. Given this fact, I would like to respectfully ask the Atlanta Hawks to cancel this promotional night with Magic City. The NBA should desire to protect and esteem women, many of whom work diligently every day to make this the best basketball league in the world. We should promote an atmosphere that is protective and respectful of the daughters, wives, sisters, mothers, and partners that we know and love. Allowing this night to go forward without protest will reflect poorly on us as an NBA community, specifically in being complicit in the potential objectification and mistreatment of women in our society. So those were strong words from Luke Kornet, which we're going to discuss in depth a little bit more later. Now let's get into what Shady McCoy and the Speakeasy, Manuel Acho, and others had to say back in response.
First of all, Luke, all right? It's bigger than government. It's bigger than you. Yo, this is a cultural thing, right? When you talk about Atlanta, you talk about the Atlanta Falcons, you talk about the Atlanta Hawks. Magic City is part of their like the strip clubs and all that, it's part of their culture. And a lot of people that came through the ranks of playing in Atlanta, rappers, entertainers, they talk about it. There's people that go to Magic City, you know what, they have wings, right?
Yes.
So it's like, we making this as a bad thing. He's making it a bad thing.
I'm going there to have breasts
Y'all
and
making it a bad
thighs.
thing.
Can I play devil's advocate here?
I ain't with that. I'm
Can I
cool
play
with
devil's
that.
advocate here? If we're
Please.
talking about the culture of certain cities,
the
the culture in Las Vegas is
gambling.
Nevada is a state where legal prostitution is allowed, where brothels are actually a thing. Does that mean we should be promoting them with our professional sports league? If the Vegas Raiders were just like, yo, go down to Pink Pony Club Bunny Ranch or whatever, like that'd be a problem. Even though it is a part of the culture, it's a different.
What's the problem? Let's hold it real quick.
Okay, we holding up.
None of our homies like, yo, we going to the brothel tonight. Nobody does all that. My friends don't. That's not.
I'm saying that's a part of the Las Vegas culture, though.
A Las Vegas culture thing is like gambling.
Yeah,
Vegas.
of course.
Okay, so that's the main things.
But Atlanta's culture things are not mainly Magic City. To limit Atlanta's culture to Magic City is crazy. They have music. They have a bunch of other things that Atlanta is known for.
If you go
now, that's a good point. When culturally trying to integrate your city into your premier sports franchise, right? what parts of your city would you want to boast at the forefront like that, right? Would you want to boast Magic City? Um, they have obviously inside the NBA studios, they have the aquarium, they have a lot of amazing things. And I'm not sure if they do or if they don't implement them throughout the year, but um, let's continue. But I do want you guys to answer that in the comments section. What parts of your city's culture is off limits, and what parts should be broadcast to the general public?
Oh, have you been to Atlanta Hawks game?
Yes.
Okay. You've been to Atlanta Falcons game?
Yes.
Okay. A lot of that's culture. You're going to see a lot of people in there.
Absolutely. Cheap food. Great stadium.
Right. Great food. You're going to go to Magic City after the game. You got a lot of the artists. No. Basically, you got a lot of artists that come to the games. And a lot of the artists that they have in there that might do the halftime shows or they might show on a Jumbotron, they all speak about Magic City. It's part of their culture.
But here's my thing, though. At what point, though, 2-5, we talking about a kid's game. We always say, like, you play a child's game. That's literally what they prefer to professional sports as. You play a child's game. When you go into Magic City, they card you, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, you can't just walk into Magic City under 18, I would assume.
Yep.
So if they're going to card you to go into Magic City, should the same protections not be given for Magic City to come to you?
Yeah.
And the promotion of Magic City to come to you?
No, I don't agree. I don't agree with it. I'm with Shady on this. I think Atlanta is known for strippers, wings, movies, and music.
Right.
So,
in that order?
No, not necessarily in that order, but those are the top four. That's the four pyramids right there.
But let me ask y'all this.
There
Do
has
y'all
to be-
think
there has to be a
Atlanta, hold
separation
on.
of it, though.
Because, like, does Atlanta want to be known for that? Like, if you live in Atlanta,
yes.
we know what we know for.
Yeah,
What else do they want to be known for? I don't know what else they want to be. I know when Andre 3K got on stage and said the South got something to say. Atlanta wanted to be known for their music. Then they got popular.
Atlanta's
Tyler Perry
also
went and
the-
built his studio in Atlanta. They want to be known for movies.
So
Everybody wants to go to Atlanta for the strippers and the wings. And
Atlanta.
that's
Okay.
okay.
Hold on.
Now, I think Emmanuel Acho brought something different to the conversation, which we're going to explore. But let's look at what the African American Juvenile Justice Project had to say in response to Luke Kornet's letter. It says, the African American Juvenile Justice Project thanks NBA Spurs Luke Kornet for expressing concerns about the objectification of women by the NBA Atlanta Hawks, who will premiere Magic City Night at a game. The adult entertainment club owner also served 10 years for trafficking. Stripping is a choice for some. Others are proven victims of ST. Is Hami Gertz profiting off exploitation and commercialization of black bodies? Commissioner Adam Silver. NBA needs to cancel this event. So this is from the African American Juvenile Justice Project. Now, the conversation does pivot a little bit when you start to say someone served 10 years, a decade for ST, right? And they are in that industry. It does make you think a little bit more, right? What I will say is Emmanuel Acho, what he brought to the conversation. You think about the diverse crowd at an NBA game. You got small babies in there, pacifiers in their mouth. You got 3-4-year-olds who's there for the experience, just want to see themselves on the Jumbotron and enjoy basketball, right? You got kids 8, 9, 10. They starting to know a little bit what's going on. You got those a little bit older than that hitting puberty and is very curious. So when they hear Magic City, they already got little jokes and stuff going around, in their classroom and what they would do. And a lot of them have cell phones, so they're accessing God knows what compared to the limitations we had in our day, and so that curious mind is getting watered with those visuals, right? They're going to go right and look it up. And how do you advertise Magic City Night? Like, what does the poster look like? I know they're going to be selling merch and they're going to do a collaboration hoodie. I've seen all that type of stuff. And so, I just think about that. And then you got the older teenagers who, want to get with these girls if they possibly can. You know what I'm saying? So that, I do think about the children in the audience at an NBA game when we're talking about having a Magic City Night and what it does to them mentally, what seeds it plants in their mind mentally. And the girls, the young girls may desire to be that, may see that as a as a career, and again, I ain't here to judge nobody. I ain't God. I don't have no heaven or hell to put you in or nothing like that. But, we would want to make sure that uh, our kids, reach their full potential and not be subjected to some of the things that we hear about. Now, I hear they have great food. We hear about the wings, the lemon pepper wings, more specifically, that Magic City has to offer. And, we hear about the food and things like that. Who knows? When I think about this, right, and I want people to go with me on this journey with the NBA. And I'm just going to throw out a few different scenarios. So don't kill me in the comment section saying, you speculate. I hate when y'all do that. That's all we can do is speculate. But shout out to my real people that rock with me. But you uh, clowns that be coming in the comment section trying to say, man, look, that's all we can do is speculate. But I will say this because I've been in media before at some of these events, and they talk about Magic City food. They have a hospitality room for the NBA teams and their families, right? Remember, they were trying to blame Kaminga for stealing out his family for stealing out the hospitality room or taking too much food in Golden State. So I do wonder, has Magic City catered the food for the Atlanta Hawks, in that hospitality room before? How much have they donated to the Atlanta Hawks? How much have they collaborated in the community, to give back? Because that is probably why they're doing that. There's probably been some business done or some things done along the way for them to get this look at an NBA game. And I ain't saying, if it's right or if it's wrong. People gonna debate that all day if you're gonna push that. I already told you like my issues with the children being in the building and things like that. But I also know the NBA is a large corporation and they are going to uh, just best for business. That's just the nature of the beast. That's what's gonna happen with something like that. You know what I'm saying? They are going to do what's best or what they deem is best for business, and we that's the product we gonna get. So for me, man, Luke Kornet, he's getting killed online. They're basically saying this is just another white boy who's getting into black business and things like that. I don't think that was his intentions. I think he is having a conversation that makes people uncomfortable, and that's always good, to me, either way, because it allows people to speak up and allows people to um, give their viewpoint. A lot of people will go with what's popular within their culture. Um, but Atlanta, that's one of the things you think about Magic City. You think about the rappers, like the T.I.s. Well, you go all the way back to Outkast and Goody Mob and all that. But you think about the music, let's just say the music. Think about the Atlanta Falcons. You think about a lot of things when it comes to Atlanta. I think about the aquarium. What's that park called? Is it Centennial Park? I don't want to get it wrong. Think about the Underground Mall. You think about a lot of things, right? But um, this being plastered to the forefront, I want to know what you guys think about the collaboration with Magic City. I already gave what I think it could be as far as them with their wings and catering food and things like that. They probably have done things with the Atlanta Hawks that wasn't as publicized before. I know they love those lemon pepper wings down there. So you probably seen those in the hospitality rooms before. The owner probably has donated to the Hawks and things like that. So I don't know. I just don't know. But it has become this moral thing online, and a lot of people giving their take. So I want to know yours in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.